Chapter 9 Haxion Brood. Cal's point of view. Cal felt his head pounding the minute he woke up. As he looked around his cell, he knew exactly where he was. He also noticed that BD-1 was missing. "Hello? Grease, Marin, Annika? Where are you?" I called out. "They won't hear you, Jedi." I looked up to see it was Sork Tormo outside my cell. "When I get out of here, you'll be sorry." "How will you get out? You don't even have a weapon." I looked down at my belt, only to see that my lightsaber was indeed gone. Looking back at Sork, he held it in front of my face. "All right, cut the games, Tormo. Why am I here?" "The bounty, of course. You're worth a lot, believe it or not. Also, thank you for delivering that holocron for me. Someone has had their eye on it," he added. "What are you talking about?" "Oh, I'd love to tell you more, but unfortunately, our time is up," he replied. As the cell door slowly opened, I tried to make a run for it, but two bounty hunters threw me down. "We can do this the easy way or the hard way," Sork implied. "Your choice, but I suggest you go the easy route if you want to see your friends again." I sighed in defeat, finally giving up my resistance and obliged. Two of Sork's bounty hunters cuffed my wrists, forcing me out of the cell. Whatever he was up to, I had no plans on finding out. All I knew was that I have to get that holocron and find my friends. I pondered for a moment, trying to come up with a plan. Luckily, I did notice my lightsaber was hanging on Sork's belt. I focused on reaching it with the Force and managed to succeed. "Stop him!" Sork cried out. I deflected the bounty hunter's blast and ran as fast as I could. I quickly hid behind a wall, making sure they ran past me. Once they did, I sighed in relief and heard a familiar voice calling my name. "Cal Kestis, is that you?" As I made my way over to the cell, I felt my eyes widen once I realized who it was. "Varlo, how did you get here?" "It's a long story," he replied. "Mind telling me it as we find the others?" I began. As I released Varlo from the cell, he carefully grabbed my lightsaber, helping me cut my cuffs off. I quickly clipped it back onto my belt, following Varlo down the cells. After the stormtroopers arrested me and threw me in their cell, I knew the worst was coming. They were going to torture me after I lied about you. When they were about to bring me to the room, I saw it as an opportunity to escape, and succeeded. However, these Haxion Brood guys found me and figured I'd be a good challenger for whatever business they planned. Anyway, thanks for the help, Cal. "I thought you didn't like the Jedi. Why the sudden change of heart?" I asked. "You didn't harm us, and well, I figured arguing won't solve anything at this point, so I have no other choice but to trust you," Varlo implied. "Thanks. I wish Annika was that willing to put her trust in me and not be so guarded," I replied. "Annika? She's with you?" "Yeah, long story, but we gotta find her and the rest of my crew before something bad happens. Can you explain now what's going on, since I know that you're, well, a Jedi?" he replied. "Well, to keep it brief, the Empire wants me dead. They're not good people, okay? A holocron that holds something valuable will cause mass destruction if it falls in their hands." "Evil Empire, a holocron? Yeah, totally makes sense. Not confusing whatsoever," Varlo replied. "Complicated, I know, but let's focus on finding everyone else and getting out of here, okay?" After stumbling across a million cells, Cal and Varlo definitely had no idea where they were going. They ended up getting more lost than intended. After a while, they managed to find a door up ahead, but Cal proceeded to open the door with caution. As they walked inside, they managed to find the holocron. However, Cal could sense they weren't alone. Varlo pulled Cal aside once he saw a red beam of light almost strike him. That same Sith Cal encountered from Coruscant was here. "I'm always one step ahead of you. Stand aside so I can collect my little present you gathered. Then I will let you be on your way," the Sith began. He got into a fighting stance, ready to duel. Cal ignited his own lightsaber and charged at the Sith Lord. Their lightsabers clashed in a quick frenzy, but something seemed off. The Sith knocked Cal off balance, causing him to drop his lightsaber. He got ready to strike him down. Cal closed his eyes, preparing for the blow, but it never occurred. As he opened his eyes, his jaw nearly dropped once he realized Varlo had struck the Sith directly in the heart with Cal's lightsaber. Once Varlo deactivated the lightsaber, the Sith Lord collapsed on the floor, finally dead. "Whoa, that was awesome!" Varlo exclaimed. Varlo quickly helped Cal up back on his feet, handing him his lightsaber back, but also handing him the holocron. Cal smiled slightly, relieved the holocron was in safe hands. "Who was that guy?" said Varlo. "I thought it was a Sith Lord, but it's possible he was just an apprentice. Anyway, I just hope my friend Seer is all right," said Cal. "Let's find the others before more surprises come," Varlo implied. Time skip. Annika's point of view. I held BD-1 closely as I saw the bounty hunter searching for him. He remained quiet until the door opened, causing me to panic, but once I realized it was Varlo and Cal, a wave of relief washed over me. As Cal cut down the prison door, I set BD-1 down and gave Varlo a massive hug. "I'm so glad you're okay," I began. "Hey, less talking, more moving," Grease replied. "Did they take the mantis at all?" said Cal. "Yes, it's down by the arena," Marin added. "So what's the plan, Cal?" said Varlo. We all turned to Cal, waiting to see what brilliant plan he had this time. "It better not involve splitting up again," said Grease. "Don't worry, we won't. Now I may know the quickest way to get to the mantis from here," Cal began. "You may want to kick up that pace now, Cal, because someone's coming," I whispered loudly. "Okay, new plan. Run and follow me." Didn't take long before we all ran down the prison. What's the worst that can happen? God help us. End of Chapter 9.